Craig is there.
It says
Hey,
live.
good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Practice Gratitude Success Show. And today's Thursday is Priscilla McMillan Day. However, poor Priscilla, she lives in Texas, and they had a big storm down there, so she lost power. She has no power, so usually she can generate her own power, but unfortunately today was probably just too much for her. So anyways, I want to welcome the people who are here today. Vincent, welcome. Thank you for coming here today, Vincent, Craig, Teri, Len. I actually have Teri and Len with me here this morning because I put the call out that, hey, listen, you know, if anybody wants to come over, we've got to come over. And so what I was going to do, I was going to talk about building a self-image. Now, Len is actually running a vision workshop, so maybe he'll talk about that too. But Teri, thank both of you guys for coming over. Teri, thank you so much, and Len, thank you. So welcome, guys. Welcome, Len Mooney and Teri Miller. No relation, but maybe we're long-lost cousins. Who knows? Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here, Bob. Good morning.
Good morning.
And,
yes.
And Len is up there. Len's up there skiing right now. He's up there in Kirkwood Meadows, up in Northern California. How's that going, Len?
Well, it's going fine. The mountain's not open yet. It doesn't open for another half hour.
Oh, really?
But it's absolutely a gorgeous day out there.
Did you go swimming?
I mean, sunny, and it's probably going to be in the 30s today, temperature-wise. Kirkwood Meadows is called Kirkwood Meadows because of that big meadow that's sitting out there right behind the condo I'm in. Mm-hmm. And the ski mountain is actually over on the side there, and most of it you can't see from where I'm sitting. But it's really a big resort, very big area.
Yesterday, Len?
Pardon me?
Have you been skiing the last couple of days?
Okay. Yeah, I got almost 22,000 vertical yesterday.
Really? Wow.
That's quite a bit. I'm actually amazed that I can still walk this morning, but I'm feeling really good.
Well, good. That's awesome, man.
We won't talk about the narcotics that it took to get me to feel good.
or the alcohol when the day was over. Then numb the pain, right?
The alcohol doesn't work. It makes me feel worse. No, I'm actually doing fine. It's going to be another epic day today.
Yeah. Hey, you know, today, were you guys on the Set It on Fire call this morning, you guys? Len, you were there.
Yes, I was there.
You were there as well. That's cool. Yeah, I made a video this morning, and I'm doing a thing on my Facebook wall about creating an image. And I asked people to put. I put the first couple words in, and I said put in a word to start a word or a sentence that begins with the letter M. And so just picture the word image, I-M-A-G-E. So the first word is to imagine, or I imagine, and then the next word. So like people were saying like myself or making. So it's about creating an image, about burning that image in your brain of who you want to become, the person that you want to be. And that's kind of like what Doug Fireball was talking about today. He was saying, do you know where you're going? And he's putting it in a context of this home-based business. Do you have a plan, a step-by-step plan of where you're going to go, and do you know how you're going to get there? But even go back up a little bit more. And this is kind of, I think, what you're even talking about, Len, inside your vision workshop. Do you know who you are? What vision, what image do you see of yourself? And I have to be honest with you. For years, I didn't know. I didn't have any idea. I mean, I knew I was a nice guy, a hard-working guy, good father, one of those, that kind of a stuff. Just, like I'm good, honest, hard-working dude, good family man. But I didn't have anything more than that. I didn't really see where I was going. I didn't have the burning image where I could look at every day, where I have it written down on a card like I do now, every day. Where I write down, I know exactly, and I write it down in my journal, and then I write it down in a card. I know exactly what I'm doing now. I know where I'm going. If I'm going to get there, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if things happen in life, just like last night. Priscilla had the power went out in Texas. Things happen, but when you know where you're going, when you know where you, it's like having a boat on autopilot, where no matter what waves are going to knock you over, you're still going to be heading northwest. If that's where you want to go, you're still going in that direction. And it's so important to have that, to know who you are and where you're going, and then have a step-by-step plan. And that's what Doug Fireball talked about today, was just step-by-step plan. What are your vision? What's your goals for 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years? And isn't that kind of what you're talking about, Len, in your vision workshop, your dream workshop?
Well, yeah, absolutely. And in a broader context, because, you know, most people don't have a clue where they're going. They are not making their own life. They're letting life make them.
I was one.
And it's very difficult. It is really sometimes very difficult to sit down and plan what it is that you want to be when you grow up.
Mm-hmm.
If you even want to grow up at all. And I try to encourage people to work on I try to encourage them to work on a 5-year plan, but I think most people find that's really difficult, and maybe 3 years is a better number, and 1 year is too short. But you need a vision of where you're going with your life. Otherwise, you don't know how to get there.
Yeah, if you don't know where you're going to go, you're not going to get there for sure.
And Doug's call this morning was a very powerful call, and it sets that stage. And yes, you're right. The context of his call was your home-based business. But and that's what Doug is focused on right now, but in my vision workshop, for example, I would broaden that. It's not just, I mean, a home-based business might be one component. That might be a piece of how are you going to get to where you're going. But it's not the whole plan.
Right.
It's only a piece of it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's just to fire people up for that particular business.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, like you're right. You can. That's for anything like for your relationships, your health. It's for anything, everything. It's all one big circle.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jack Canfield's book, The Success Principles, one of our earliest chapters in the book focuses in on the fact that very few people actually have a goal, a plan, where they don't know where they're going. They don't know what they want to do. So, big issue for many people.
Yeah, wherever the wind blows, if the wind blows, then it'll take us there. If we don't have our course set, we're just going to go wherever the wind blows. What do you think about that, Teri?
It's like having a GPS for our lives.
Yeah.
You know, in the GPS, the voice tells you turn right here, go this many miles, and then turn right, turn left. And you know, if we don't have, like you said, that destination, if we don't have a goal out there, a vision, then we don't know to turn left, turn right, what the steps are to get there. So it's very important to have that out in front of us. And the other thing I want to mention is, you know, we all have this this desire for things in our life, things that we want. My ex-husband was really great at buying me jewelry, and one of the things that he bought me was this necklace, this chain that had a little, what do you call those? I just lost my word. Like a little pendant, and it said, I want, I want, I want. And, you know, we have that want mentality. We want it. We want something to happen to bring it to us, some genie out there, you know, to make our wish come true and give us all the things we want. But we have to realize we are the genie. We are the genie. We're the ones that rub that magic lamp, and all of a sudden, you know, there it is for us. And once we realize that we're that powerful as part of the oneness of spirit, we can bring anything into our lives that we desire. We can manifest by putting it out there to the universe, by putting the positive out and letting it come back to us. You know, so know what you want. Know what your goal is. Know where you want to go. That's the first step. Put it out there, and then watch it come back to you.
Yeah, we are co-creators with God. We are co-creators.
Yes.
It's not just, okay, well, I hope God sends it down to me. No, we have to work with Him. And I like a cool story that I heard years ago. There was a guy, there was a pastor in an area. You probably heard this one. I think Bob Proctor told us, but he says there's a pastor driving down an old country road. He looks over to the right and he sees this great big giant farmland, beautiful pasture land, and there's a guy in a tractor sitting there, and he's just going by, just doing, you know, plowing the fields, and the pastor, you know, he pulls over on the side of the road, and the guy gets out of he pulls over too, and he gets out of his tractor and he walks up, and he's got a, you know, big old piece of hay sticking out of his out of his mouth, and howdy, Pastor, and so, how you doing, Farmer Jed, whatever his name was, and he says, boy, he said, the good Lord blessed you with a very beautiful farm here, didn't he? He goes, yes. He says, yes, Pastor. The good Lord did give me a wonderful piece of land here. He said, but you should have saw it when he had it all by himself.
I like that.
Because it's us working with God, it's us working with Spirit. We have to decide where we want to go, and then use a universal source, the power, the Spirit of God to co-create. It's all about co-creating, but we have to burn that image first. Otherwise, we're not gonna go. If we don't know where we're gonna go, we're not gonna go there. We have to have the burning image of who we are, what we want, and where we're going to go, and then how we're going to get there. What steps are we going to take every single day?
And it's important I'm sorry, Bob. It's important to realize that we're worth it. We deserve it. We are worthy to have those things that we desire. Whatever it is in your life that you're trying to call to you. If you're not sure in yourself that you're worthy of that, then that's the attitude you're going to be putting out to the universe. So the first thing is to love yourself enough and help yourself realize that you do deserve it. You deserve to have the good and the wonderful things in life. That's an inside job that we have to do before all of this is going to manifest to us.
Yeah, I think if you don't believe that, if you don't believe you're worthy of it, you're not going to get there either. So absolutely, you must do that.
Well, that's absolutely right, and you picked up that thread, Terry, just a few seconds before I was going to pick it up. It's the same thing. It's building belief. It's one thing to sit and say, well, I want this or I want that, but it's quite something else for you to have the belief that you can have it. And this whole concept of if you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. Well, it's the biggest problem in that is the believing part. And most people don't have the belief in themselves. They don't have the confidence. They've been told too many times, no, you can't, we don't. People like us don't. People that have money are shady, and they've been given all this negativity. And when you talk about, and I don't like to call this my vision workshop, by the way. It's much more than a vision workshop. But the Saturday sessions, I canceled the one for this Saturday because it's a holiday weekend, and I just, perhaps wrongfully so, made the assumption that a lot of people had other things to do. But the next session, pardon me?
That's a good idea that you canceled it.
But the next session in the sequence is on building belief. That's the topic, building belief. Why is it we have such a struggle believing in ourselves? Where does all this come from? And one of the interesting things is fear is the devil's workshop. If you go back to the other book that Napoleon Hill wrote, and actually I'm pulling a blank on the name of it. I'm not sitting in front of my library being up here at Kirkwood, but you know the book I'm talking about.
The one with the devil?
Yeah.
Conversations with the Devil, I think it is, or something like that.
But that's not the only source of this concept, but it's the fear is the devil's workshop. He comes and stirs your mind and makes you fearful of things, and the fearful mind simply shuts down. It doesn't do anything. It pops open a cold beer, turns on the television, and wishes its life could be better. So we have to overcome that. We have to learn how to build a belief in ourselves and overcome fear.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You have to identify. Yeah, you have to have the belief first that you can. And if you don't have that, well, you can get that. You can get that by repetition. Just pound it into. You can pound it into your brain. I know they say affirmations don't work, but you can pound it into your brain. You can create any habit. You can do, if you do things over and over and over and over again, you will get there.
Affirmations don't. Excuse me. Affirmations don't. I have a new thought on affirmations, and affirmations don't appear to work for a lot of people. But here's the reality. You got here today with affirmations. It was affirmations that started the day you popped out of the womb that built your fears, your lack of belief, your lack of confidence in yourself. That was all done with affirmations. It was pounding those thoughts into your subconscious mind over and over and over again, and we can undo that. And whether for an individual affirmations is the best way, or afformations is a better way, or asking empowered questions, which is the same as affirmations, whatever the best way is, the reason affirmations, I'm going to assert this today, and I've never said it before, but the reason affirmations don't appear to work for a lot of people is they don't stick with it long enough. They give up before they, it's like network marketing, or it's like internet marketing, it's like all these other things where they quit before the magic happens. You know, I tried that once. I stood in front of a mirror last week and I told myself I was a good person, and I didn't feel any better.
Right.
You know how many times, no, you can't, you're not good enough, was drilled into your subconscious mind as a child? It takes a lot of repetition to get it out of there, to overwrite that old software.
Repetition and rituals are the key. They really are.
Yes, they are. And, you know, we're starting something over on Angel Speakers starting April 1st. It's going to be 30 days of loving yourself. And every day there's a challenge to do something. You'll have a specific challenge to accomplish. And then we're going to expand on that and help people realize how they can love themselves more, how they can build up their self-image and their self-esteem and confidence. And that's what it takes, you know. And it's not a one-time thing. You can't, like Len, like you were saying, you know, do it once, oh, that didn't work. No, this is going to be 30 days consistently of how to love yourself. And I'm excited about it. I'm just so excited. I just put it out there this morning. And I'm just hoping we get a good response, that people will respond and say, yeah, I want to love myself more. I want to learn how to love myself more.
Can I add one thing to that, Teri?
Sure.
I think 30 days would be a good start, but I would recommend like 30 years.
Yeah, right.
And I'm serious about that.
Oh, I know.
That's an amazing number that you said that, Bob, because I was sitting here thinking 30 years. Because that's how long many of us have had this no, you can't drilled into us by family, friends, and wealth. You know?
Yeah.
So,
maybe even longer than that.
But you have to start somewhere.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a good start. I think 30 days is a good start because it'll build a habit. They say it takes about 30 days or so to build that habit, to create that ritual. It has to become a ritual where you have to do it every single day. Not like, well, I'll do it. I did it Tuesdays, Thursdays, and I think it was Saturday. You can't be like that because then it doesn't become real. You have to do it every single day. I mean, Len, how many days you miss of Coffee with Len? How many days you miss during a week?
I haven't missed a day in a year and a half since we started it.
Yeah, that's how. Teri, how many days do you like miss brushing your teeth?
Not one day. Yeah.
These are rituals. These are daily rituals. And once you create those daily rituals, you're going to do them every single day. It's not a thing. Well, I forgot to do it. You know, if you want to work out, you want to get in really good shape. Well, then you got to do something every day. You don't say, "Well, I went to the gym. How many days last week?" Or I did. No, you got to do it. It has to become you. And the only way it's going to become you is to create a ritual, a daily ritual, a routine where you do it every single day.
Yeah, like gratitude. You know, I think I've told you before. I read the book The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and it's like every day you're grateful for something, and you make your gratitude list. And I started doing that when I read that book, and that has continued. Every day you make a list of things you're grateful for, just like you do, Bob. You know, and then that just becomes part of your life after a while. It's like if you don't do it, you're like feeling like you're missing. You know, something's missing there. So yeah, it's definitely a conscious thing that you do, and then it becomes an unconscious thing.
We made a big thing. We've got a lot of momentum going on Jackson's Friday Night Live show, the first Friday of this year because last year I did every single day. I did a gratitude video of naming who I was grateful for, and then we made a big thing. Okay, so the year's over. This was I think it was January 1st, or it was January 1st, and I was the host, his guest host on that show. And he said, okay, so what is Bob Miller going to do now? Now that the year is over, is he going to go back to being a jerk again? And is he going to stop that whole gratitude thing? What's the next step? You know, no. Once you do something for you, I could not be grateful. I could not do that. It's just, it becomes me. You know, it becomes you. When you do something for that long of a period of time, you know, you might evolve into something more, and that's like where the show has evolved into more. You know, I've seen I've only, you know, people think I know Len for like years. I've only known Len for about 2 years. I've seen Len evolve a lot. I've seen Len just totally change his whole life, his whole everything about him. He's grown a lot, and people do that. People you don't go backwards. Once you reach a certain pinnacle, another level, another dimension, you don't go back unless something happens, like you get sick or something like that. You might take a step back that way, but or break a hip or lose a hip or something like. But you know, you keep moving forward. As long as the green arrows are pointing up, you're good. That's the way I look at it.
Very true. Very true. And do something to make yourself feel special every day. You know, that'll help increase your confidence as well, and that self-love that's in there. You take care of you. You know, just, it doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Cook yourself a nice dinner. You know, how many of us do that? Just make ourselves feel special. Set the plate, you know, make it that place setting like you would if you go out to a nice restaurant. Make yourself feel special.
Yeah, it's so important to take care of yourself. And I use the word image. I use the word image because the reason why I love, and Len knows this, I love to make acronyms. I love to create acronyms. For me, it makes things simpler. And if you take the word image, IMAGE, and just use, and that's what the little game I'm playing on my Facebook wall right now. So the first letter you can say is I am, or imagine. Imagine myself as growing, grateful every day. And then, so using those letters, that's what I'm going to do every day on my Facebook with this little game I'm playing. I want people to add more things, like imagine myself, or imagine me manifesting miracles. Imagine me grateful, giving, growing. So putting all those words in. So, and if you have that image written on your board, like I do up here, and you have it written down on a card, like I do right here, images. And then I actually put the letter S at the end of it, to images, because it's not just one image. When we see, it's not like, okay, I see me is here. No, we see ourselves in every facet. We see our mental, emotional state of mind, our physical, our relationships, our financial. There's a whole bunch of images that we have of ourselves. So where do you see yourself in your mental, emotional, your physical, your relationships, your social status, your financial status, where you want to live, what do you want to do, how you want to enjoy yourself? That's a big one that we can't forget, is the E, the enjoy. Because whatever we're doing, like Len's up there skiing. You know, Len's up there freaking skiing right now. He could be back working, drudging along and just doing things, but no, Len said, no, it's important for me to be up there enjoying myself and doing the things that I love to do. So he's skiing. And that's cool. I was thinking about that this morning, Len. I was thinking about you this morning. So that's freaking cool. You take the time and, you know, talk about loving yourself. Just, I'm going to do what I enjoy to do. I enjoy skiing, and I'm going to do it no matter what happens. I'm going there. So I applaud you for doing that, Len.
Well, it's important. I mean, I agree with you. It's important. We have to. Why are we in home-based business? Well, I mean, the reality is many of us jumped into home-based business because we were financially challenged. Let's put that out on the table, right? I mean, that's the primary reason most people get into a home-based business, is that they have financial challenges of one way, shape, sense, form, or another. For me, it really didn't start with a financial challenge. It started with me being a single parent and having my kids living at home, and that goes back many years. But it doesn't matter. One of the reasons we're in the home-based business is because we want to have the time to do the things that we want to do with our life, and it's important. I'm sorry, my throat is, that's from all the skiing yesterday, I guess. I don't know, but you know, it's important for us to stop once in a while, get up and walk away from the computer, and take the time to do some of the things that we want to do in our life. Why are we here? And one of the reasons that I'm here is because I want to ski, water ski, snow ski, backpack, hike, camp, you know, scuba dive, sail. I want to do those things. I want to have time to do those things. And it's important for me to stop and take the time to do them once in a while. We get so wrapped up in the damn computer that we forget that we're supposed to be working on our life. Right? And it's like, So like you, even just going out with the dogs every morning. I've actually thought about getting a dog, and the reason I've thought about getting a dog is it would force me to get up and walk away from the computer once in a while because the dog has to go out and go poop, right? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
get up and take him for a walk.
Yeah, you can't take your computer for a walk, Len.
Well, however, my computer does take dumps on me.
Len he'll take his laptop.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes when I'm down in my house here in Mexico, I mean, people think I have this absolutely beautiful view, and I do, and it's right out my window. I just forget to look at it. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's time to go to bed, and I haven't been out the door. I haven't been on my deck all day, and you go, hey, that's not the life I want to live. That's not what I signed up for. So I'm going to put that challenge out to everybody in the group too. That get up from your desk and walk outside and smell the fresh air today. Go do something for yourself, even if it's only for 5 or 10 minutes. Give yourself that pleasure, that little bit of life. Remember the reason we're in this business, and one of them is to give ourselves the time to do things we want to do. And one of the things that I hope to accomplish in the next year is I want to move back up here next year and live here for the season again. You guys may not know this, but I actually lived up here in Kirkwood for 2 years, the year before last and the one before that, and both of those years I got like 60, 70 days of skiing in each year. And that's only, and I could have had a lot more days. It's only because I choose to ski on the really good days and leave the bad days for the other people. So.
That's very generous of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at out my window right now. I mean, oh my God, it's just a beautiful day out here. Who wouldn't want to be in the mountains? Well, I know there's people out there that don't like snow.
Yeah.
You gotta like snow.
Hey Teri, tell us what's coming up with your show. I was actually listening last night. You had a wonderful show. You had Debbie Garcia was on last night. Your friend Tay, your co-host Tay. It was a really cool show you had going on last night. It was fun, enjoyable. The last time you had Debbie on, Len was over here too. So tell us what's happening. What's going on with your show?
Oh, absolutely. We had a wonderful show last night. We were talking about self-esteem, self-love, all of this good stuff that we're trying to get people to be more aware of. But tonight I have this awesome man. His name is Joseph Labruto. He's a psychic healer and medium. He was told by John of God, I think you've heard of him, that he was going to be a great healer, and sure enough, I mean, I've worked with Joseph for a while now, and he's just awesome. So he'll be on tonight. Lots of excitement's building around that one. And then tomorrow in the afternoon, I have Karen Palmer on my show.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be an exciting show as well.
What time is it tomorrow afternoon?
2 p.m. my time, whatever that corresponds to your time. 11
o'clock. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Heck, I get something going on tomorrow. I'm gonna miss that show tomorrow. But there will be a replay, right?
Oh yes, there's always a replay, and I'll post it.
She is awesome. Yeah, she's going to be back on here on the 28th. I'm going to have her on the 28th, and you're going to be on my show a lot coming up in April. You coming up? You're going to be on the was it the 4th and the 5th or something? Or the 5th
and the 6th, and on April 1st we're doing an April Fool's show with Bob Miller.
Oh, that's right.
And Debbie Garcia.
That'll be a joke.
That will be fun.
In other words, there's no show on April 1st. It's canceled. April Fool.
Good one, Len.
So Teri, how can people touch base with you? How can they get a hold of you, and the best way for them to find you?
They can find me on angelspeakers.com is my website. If you want to email me, it's Teri@angelspeakers.com. Facebook is Angel Speakers, the group page, and I also have a page on there that's Happy Hunter Teri.
I love that.
Yeah, look me up.
I was thinking about that this morning too. Happy Hunter. Because I listen to Wayne Dyer a lot, and Wayne Dyer said, most people, the people that he said that he knows, spend most of their time looking for reasons to be offended. Okay, I'm offended because Len said this to me, and so we get offended about little things. But what if you took that around? And so instead of looking for reasons to be offended, what if you became a happy hunter like Teri and just go and hunt happiness? You don't have to kill anything. Nothing has to bleed. Nothing has to die. You know what I mean? So go out there and hunt happiness, and that's Teri is the happy hunter. I love that. That's so cool. So
I find I find a lot of happy people when I do that. You know, just
you find
people
more
that are lifting the vibration of the world, and that's what it's all about, putting that happiness and positive out there.
I love that. That was in your book, Hugs Love. That's and I seen it. I go, oh my God, that is so freaking cool. So I will put all your links inside this replay of this video, and I'll put that inside today's blog as well. So Len, same thing for you. How can people get in touch with you? The best way for people to get in touch with you.
LenMooney.com, Facebook. You know, the usual ways. I'm pretty much all over the place out there on Facebook and Twitter these days, and not hard to find, I don't think. If somebody doesn't know how to find me and you look for Len Mooney, I'm not the black musician in Chicago.
I had you up there one time.
I'm the white guy in San Diego.
The guy that can't jump. We're getting racist here. Hey, so anyways, guys, so I will put all this stuff in the video and in today's blog too. So thank you, Len and Teri. Thank you so much for coming on here today on such a short notice. I really appreciate you. So tomorrow we have J-Man comes on. Tomorrow is his day. Jackson Kelly comes on Fridays. And we know J-Man, so he would come over if he was ready today as well. So thank you so much for coming on today, guys. Any closing words you want? Teri, anything closing you want to say today before we get out of here?
Be good to yourself. Get out there and smile at somebody. You never know what somebody's going through, so just share your light. Share your light with a smile. Make eye contact, you know, and be good to yourself. I love you. And thank you so much, Bob, for having me on here today.
Len, any closing words?
Yeah, I'm going skiing.
All right. Bye for now.
You guys have a happy day. I intend to be happy. I hope you do too. It's a choice. Bye for now.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.